Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for a recap and review of The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I know I said I was going to do these final episodes in one video, but as I started watching, I realized that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. One, I only got through 2 of the episodes today, which is episode 5 and episode 6. So that's what I'm going to bring you in this video right now. I don't know when I'm going to do 7 and 8. And then 9 and 10 will be the last one. So you'll probably get 3 videos altogether for The Handmaid's Tale. If you don't already know, this show has been renewed for season 6. That will be the final season. If things go right mentally and physically for me, I will be here to review season 6. I just got hit with stuff this year that I couldn't keep up with the TV shows. Just a disclaimer, my cat and my dog are both in this room with me. They may bark, they may yawn, they may do all kind of stuff, and I'm not editing none of it out. Okay, so we last left off on the episode where Luke managed to get the Gilead Center shut down due to fire code violations. I was one to believe that couldn't happen, since they claim that was Gilead soil. It's considered sovereign land. There's no way that Canadian fire codes would apply towards a property that's listed on Gilead land to the point where they could shut it down completely. I didn't believe it. Okay, if y'all live in Canada, y'all know anything about the embassy or foreign entities, that as far as I know, they don't follow the restrictions and guidelines of the country that they're in. That's why they are considered sovereign. But anywho, Serena Joy was being whisked off to a new home with the family called the Wheelers. We all suspected that she was going to be treated like a handmaid. In these upcoming episodes that I'm about to go through, that's exactly what we seen. We saw basically Serena Joy's Handmaid's Tale. That's pretty much where she began and how she quickly escalated to being June. Even some of the way that they shot the scenes was very reminiscent of what we saw June have happened. So we start this episode off with June and Hannah. They're at an aquarium. She's just thinking about her baby girl, you know, when she was little. The last time she's seen her, she don't have any memories with her as an older child. So anytime we see her having flashbacks with Hannah, she's always going to be like 3 or 4 years old. And I swear that shot of Hannah in front of that big blue aquarium water, I got like 100 pictures of my daughter in the exact same way. She loves going to the aquarium, and for some reason, every time we get into the room, especially the room with the jellyfish, we take a picture of her staring at the water. She's 24. We still do this, okay? So I instantly saw my own child standing there. I got, oh my gosh, I got eyelashes falling out. The hell? And my ear popping too. Anywho, so she sleep, and she's thinking about these things while she's asleep. Her sleep is quickly interrupted by a phone call. This phone call is from Lily. Y'all remember Lily, the Asian girl that's with the resistance, okay? She says that the information that she has is about Hannah and the new school. So they got to get there to the camp where Lily is at and get there pronto. A guardian is supposed to be coming over with some information. So yeah, let's get it, let's go, okay? I'm just like, why Lily just can't give you the information on the phone? Why y'all gotta drive 2 hours away? That's right, they keep trying to make this seem like this border is so close to Toronto. Why she gotta go so far away in order for her to get the information, right? It's not like they called her on a secure line in the first place. They called her on a doggone cell phone, right? The guardian is sneaking across with the info. Call her on the phone and tell her what the info is about. Okay, so, but they head out to the camp. Luke, Moira, she goes with them, and while they're heading out, they come up on a group of protesters who basically are sick of the fucking Americans, okay? They want the Americans to take their ass back home, get the fuck out of their country, okay? And I was about to say, you know, go back to where they came from. But they don't have a home at this particular time. They don't even have a fucking country. Remember, the country is Alaska and Hawaii. That's pretty much the country, even though Chicago is still a strong foothold, right? But get out of their damn country, right? This show, this season, this particular episode is taking a lot from History of America. Me as a black woman, any other person as a black person, they are so used to racist white folks who telling them to go back home. You don't like this country, get the fuck out. You don't want to respect that country, go back to where you came from. But they keep forgetting that we were stolen from our homeland and made to forget where we came from, any trace of who the fuck we were. And we always being told to go back home, get out of this country, the country that we fucking built, right? Okay. Racist, period. Okay, regardless of what race they are. I always got something to say negative about immigrants. You know, get the fuck out the country, speak our language, speak English, speak American. That's what the stupid asses say. And, you know, go back to where you came from as if they asses or they ancestors didn't migrate here too. But I'm going to digress about that for right now. I'm going to digress. Okay, so anyway, they were yelling and screaming at them, get the fuck out of our countries, go home, Yankees. And I'm like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. How could you tell these car people, these particular people driving down the street right now, was Yankees? How y'all know that? It's a white woman, a black woman, and a biracial male. Fully covered in winter gear, winter attire, you know, Canadian plates on the car. What gave them away that they was Yankees? I think the first time I went overseas, I think I was in the Caribbean, and I came across some black women from London, and they kept calling us Yankees, and I was like, what the fuck? Ain't no goddamn Yankee. My brain kept thinking of Yankee Doodle Dandy. That's what they call all Americans, Yankees. And I'm like, the fuck I am? Okay, anywho. But yeah, but this is where I think this show has gotten really sloppy in the writing department. Yeah, why would they be calling people in this car Yankees? Didn't make sense to me. There's nothing about the name toting the American flag on the car. You know, they legal citizens of Canada at this particular point. So yeah, anyhow, well, Serena Joy, she is standing up in the window, as we've seen her do so many times this particular season. She's looking out into the guarded courtyard. Belly is full at this point. I'm not sure how much time has passed she's been at this house, but she looked like she's ready to give birth at any minute to me. Okay, the house is grand. It is big, just like her house, the Waterford's house was. Dimly lit, just like the Waterford's house was. And so it already is saying, yes, girl, you are a handmaid. It's already giving us that vibe. Ezra comes in. I thought he was Mr. Wheeler at first. We still ain't met him at this particular time. He has a bouquet of flowers for Serena Joy, you know, saying that they from a supporter. And I was like, Ezra, I see you making googly eyes at Serena. You got them flowers yourself, didn't you, boy? You got them flowers yourself. Can't fool me. Anywho, he tells her, look here, today ain't the day that you're going to meet Mr. Wheeler either, okay? He too busy. You're not finna meet Mr. So I was like, Ezra ain't being 100 with her. He's not being 100 with her. In the meantime, she has to sit down and eat breakfast with Mrs. Wheeler, you know, her little fancy spread that she got laid out. To me, it looked like that's all Serena Joy had was fruit and cheese, okay? I'm looking at her plate and I'm looking at Mrs. Wheeler's plate. Miss Wheeler got a whole grand slam from Denny's. Okay? Oh, better yet, the grandpa's breakfast from Cracker Barrel. But she ain't got no fruit and cheese. She ain't got no fruit tray sitting up in front of her, which is all Serena Joy had, along with her little green smoothie drink for breakfast. Okay. So, June, her and the crew, they get all the way up to the camp only to find out that the guardian ain't coming. He can't make it across the border. They made this trip for nothing. Why couldn't she call and tell them this? Well, she says he just put the flag up, so she just found out. She could see the flag across the courtyard, the field. The courtyard, that's a day's walk away. She could see this flag that he raised and said that he ain't gonna make it across. And Lily is like, well, Canada wants us out. Okay, so we need to find us a new camp to set up. Now, again, sloppy writing. This camp is supposed to be secret. This camp is supposed to be part of a covert operation. How do Canada know that y'all are there? Why do Canada know your whereabouts? It's not making sense to me, not sense at all. Especially when Luke said, you know what, I'm going to go across to him. I'ma sneak back in over there and talk to him. Lily said, well, we got a spot you can meet him. We got an operative that's out here in no man's land. Well, if the operative can meet Luke in no man's land, then the operative should be able to get to you. It's no man's land. I understand that Canada ramped up the security at the border, but if Luke and June could walk their ass across this same border that security has ramped up at, then the damn Guardian should be able to get to them. But that's okay, fine. We gonna let Luke go ahead and get across the border, and June insists that she gonna go with him. She protested for a minute, like her protest wasn't loud. It was just, and then he said all the reasons why he got to do what he got to do, and she's like, fine, I'll go with you. Then the camera panned over to Maura, and Maura looked like the fuck I will. The fuck I will. I ain't going nowhere. Don't even let that thought come into your head, son. Okay? It's not coming to your head. So Lily like, okay, fine, go. You know, this does June's heart pretty good. It does her heart pretty good. So they head out. Like I said, it's going to take them a day's walk to get to where they need to go. Lily gave them a map they need to follow to avoid patrols. Now, if Lily got this map they could follow to avoid the patrols, then the Guardian should have the same access to this map and get across. But I digress for now. They got this map to go across. They're going to miss the patrols. June marches on. Okay, while she's getting into the woods, she's starting to have flashbacks of when they snatched Hannah from her arms. Okay, Moira is back at the camp. You know, like, you know, they're gonna follow the map. They're gonna follow the map. They'll be good. They'll be good. I see that they already trying to build something between Lily and Moira. I see that already. Okay. Anyway, at this particular point, Chad, they hadn't even pulled out that map. They showed them looking at it real quick, brief, like. After they had this scene, but up until then, they hadn't even pulled out this map. They supposed to be taking a break, right? But they didn't stop. They kept on walking. Then a man, they walked up on a man who apparently was killed by the resistance. Because June say, no, Gilead, don't leave no words written on the bodies, okay? So Luke was pretty shook. June was like, yeah, let's keep it moving, okay? So they meet this kid in the woods, you know, who's shaking in his boots. And he tell them, like, we need to go further. We need to keep it moving. I got another secluded place we need to go to. Now, Luke and June wasn't told nothing about no other secluded place. So, like, where we going, bro? Where you taking us, right? But he like, fine, you ain't got to go. But I'm going. I got to get the hell out of here. So, of course, they follow him, right? Well, Commander Joey is calling up Serena Joy back at the Wheeler's house, right? And he wants to hear the tea about the center. Putnam is there to both of their surprises, right? And he basically there just to chastise Serena Joy. Because, like, look here, we putting money and resources into your pocket, and all you did was give us bad press. That's all you did, okay? And she's like, well, you need to thank June and her husband Luke for that shit, right? Somebody should have taken care of them. And Putnam, like, you right. Somebody should have taken care of them a long time ago. He talking about you, Serena and Fred. Y'all should have been handled her ass, right? That's basically what Putnam is saying. And he tells her that what am I saying? She tells Commander Joey, look here, we're going to get the center running back up open, but I don't think we should focus on Gilead. We should focus on women and their fertility. Because you see how all the ladies clamored around her, and they were just so shocked and all this, a baby in her belly, get to feel it moving, all that stuff. And, you know, Commander Joey actually thinks it's a good idea, but Putnam is not hearing it. He tired of listening to Serena Joy's voice, pretty much. You know, he done got big draws McGraw. He being really fucking rude. He like, you know what? Click, hung up on ass. We need to keep our hoes in check. Okay, that's what he need to do, right? Speaking of which, he want to put Joe, his new hoe, in check too. He say, look here, this idea, New Bethlehem that you got going on, it ain't happening, partner. It's not happening, right? We is not gonna allow the traitors to come back here and live in Gilead. And Putnam, I say, damn, he trying to check Joey on there too. You know, he don't like it. He don't like it at all. He's like, what the fuck are we calling them for? It'd be the death of Gilead. I'm like, if only it was that damn easy. Okay, basically what it is he wants anybody to be open to come live in Gilead if they want to, because Gilead has a forgiving heart. Okay, but Putnam is like, oh hell no, that's not what we want to do. We don't want them here. snooping around in our god doggone business, you know what I'm saying? But the alternative is basically keeping the walls up and the borders closed like Trump wants to do. Y'all know that. Y'all know that SOB running for president again? If he wins a second time, it's going to be a bad, sad day for this fucking country. But Putnam thinks that the other commanders won't fall for it though, right? So, I don't know. I think differently. I think that the other commanders, they keep Commander Joey around for economic knowledge, and if they think this could economically help Gilead, they may consider it. They may be able to be swayed. Now, June and them, they have traveled 2 hours by car to get to the camp, a day by foot, just to be told by this young man that Hannah is going to a wife in training school. We already knew this. Nick already told her that. He said she ain't gonna even stay there long. She's gonna be married off real quick. She's gonna make the school real fast. The school teaches them to be wives, okay? He couldn't say that over the phone. I'm thinking he about to tell them where the school is located, how to get in, who to trust. No. He said he don't even know where the school's at. But he does know, what he does know, he put on a jump drive for them, right? He could have gave him the jump drive out in the woods, cut this short and sweet. But I think the young man was lonely. Because he in there bowling. He want to bowl and want them to bowl with him. So him and Luke are bowling, they in there hooping and hollering. And me and June sitting there like, don't nobody ever hear you? He said, don't nobody ever say nothing? No. And I'm like, I don't suspect that you be hooping and hollering when you by yourself. If there was a point that the camera flashed at the walls, and I was like, is there cameras in the walls? Me and June both looked over there like, what's going on here, okay? Now, what was strange about this young man, because remember I said he was a kid, he don't remember life before Gilead. All he knows is that he think it could be a better way, okay? So that's why he working with the resistance. Now, when he said that Hannah will be treated like a princess where she going to have the best of the best life, I cocked my head like, okay? When he asked about Gilead being all that he knows, he's like, it's not that bad. I went, cocked it a little further, right? Me and June both thinking, this little dude too good to be true. But I think they try to set it up for us to believe that something ain't right with this dude, and they got me convinced at this particular point, right? So then he gave him his name, it's Jaden, right? And I'm like, ain't names dangerous? He so willingly gave up his name. And then he kept rubbing his ear, and I thought, why you keep rubbing your ear? I didn't know if that was a nervous tick from Jaden or a nervous tick by the actual actor who's playing Jaden, you know what I'm saying? And then he got beer. Where did you get beer from? Me and June, like, where did he get beer from? Something don't feel right. Something don't feel right, right? And for the first time in a long time, me and June are thinking alike. We really are, right? Because Luke is like, bird, bowling, they go hand in hand. What you talked about? It ain't nothing odd. But this kid said he don't even remember if he bowled or not. So what would he make him put beer and bowling together? Now Luke, he's like, fine, we need to get some music on too. So Luke is at the secret hideout, okay, with June, supposedly. And now you about to turn up on the show tunes on the piano. Make it make sense, right? Then he switched over to Al Green. At least he did Al Green a little justice. Okay, Luke doesn't have a bad voice. He was on the falsetto. I was like, okay, Luke, okay. That song is my song. I cannot stand when people sing some of my favorite songs and they mess them up. Like I'm about to do right now. Me. Since we've been together. Wait a minute, is that the right song? Loving you forever is alright with me. Why are you here? I think I'm on the wrong side. Let me be the one. What you want? Is my singing really making you come up? The dog is like all up here in my joint. Is my singing making you? Is it calling you like like the dog whistles and all the dogs just coming like howling and stuff? Is that why you're here in my space? Can you go sit back over there? I don't want to let's stay together with you. Let's stay together. Loving you forever, ever. When times are good or bad, happy or sad. Go over there. Because now you're looking at my face like I'm really not singing, like I'm not hitting them notes. Like I'm not doing Al justice. Can you go sit over there? Like for real, I really want you out of my face. You missing on the video. I ain't got that much time. Vito, go sit over there. Now. Sit. Thank you. So out at the Wheelers, some random woman has found this secluded, supposedly discreet house out here in the woodlands to bring Serena Joy some flowers. Okay, Serena thinks she a free woman. Okay, so she come down to greet the lady and learns quickly that you a prisoner, her child. You a prisoner. You can't do what you want, right? And surely not open them doggone gates to go talk to this lady and wander all about. Okay, stick to the ground. Stick to the freedoms in which we want you to have. Okay, ain't you learned nothing from black people? Ain't you learned nothing? You know, we always talking about we free. We got people like, yeah, we free. We can do anything we want. We ain't free. We ain't free. We have some freedoms, but we ain't free for real, okay? You know, give us some freedoms, but we still bound under your rule, okay? We still are not equal in the eyes of the law, and you call that free. We still have no equality when it comes to home ownership and education and jobs and payments. Healthcare, but we free. Yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, she stopped for a brief moment on her way back up to the house, and we see her, a view of her behind these cast iron gates, giving us the visual effect of her being behind bars, a real prisoner. Okay, and I really think they was trying to have us build empathy for her in this episode. You know, they kept giving us all these flashbacks of the early days when she didn't dare have a handmaid in her home, right? Serena, girlfriend, sweetie, you are the architect of a woman's place in the Gilead society. How quickly you hope we forget. I ain't forgot nothing. I ain't forgot. Well, Mr. Wheeler finally comes. We finally get to meet Mr. Wheeler. And he kind of looks like the kid that's out there with Luca June, which is amazing to me. Just a different hair flip, right? So he tells her, you know what, your fertility center idea is gone. Okay, we don't no longer need you, though. You no longer involved. We already got people in place making it move forward. And I was like, damn, that was quick, okay? She's like, well, can I at least have access to phones so I can talk to people about the work? He's like, nope, you're officially on bed rest. A phone will be a security risk, okay? And here, take these prenatal pills. Make sure you take them every day. You trapped, ain't you, girl? Sound familiar, though, ain't the girl? Don't it sound familiar? Speaking of trap, young Jaden decides to take them on a shortcut to the border and steps on a damn landmine. Landmine, he said that the rebels actually put down there, and he get blown to smithereens. Just like that, he fought down the boat. Just like that. It was so quick that I really didn't have time to feel any emotion for the young man. Okay? If nobody heard them bowling in the bowling alley, I'm quite sure they heard that, right? He tell them to run, but no, they want to stop and help him put a tourniquet on a leg that he no longer has. You know, there could be more mines out there, but there's the bridge. They close to the bridge, right? And they running. He tell them to run, okay? Because now somebody is running towards him, okay? They running across the land, and the Guardians or Border Patrol, I ain't sure which one it was, jumped out, grabbed him. Luke, June, stupid is as stupid does. That's all I can say, right? That's all I can say. Well, we're going to move on to episode 6, which is called Together. Yes, I'm going to keep it moving for y'all, right? We ain't going to do 2 separate videos on this. It's going to be a long video here. So 24:24 is where the new video starts. I got to make sure I put the timestamp down below. Okay, so even though they picked up by these people, they don't seem to be part of Gilead, and they don't seem to be part of the Canadian government. And June said that they're not Gilead because they had a lot of chemical smells around them, and the chemical smells the Gilead people wouldn't be able to stand. I'm like, so who is our mass bandits? Where they come from, right? And why the heck are they picking us up? Why they don't leave us the fuck alone? If they ain't Gilead, they ain't the Canadian Border Patrol, why they fucking with us, okay? So the rebels picked them up in no man's land. It's people going through no man's land all the time, right? Well, this group is taking photo ops, like they the ops, you know, taking pictures of him, making him stand left and right, like the police would do. Okay, and that's gonna have some relevance in the upcoming scene, right? You know, Luke is out in there freaking out, and June starts to question them, like, who the fuck are you? Why the hell you take us? Yada yada this, yada yada that. They notice the ear tag on her, which she still has on. I still don't understand why she still has it on. Moira doesn't still have hers on, so it's very clear that it can come off. Why June hasn't taken hers off, right? But she like, who the fuck are you, right? She tell them her name. They ain't never heard of the great June Osborne, surprisingly to me, okay? But they like, no, who do you fucking belong to? You of somebody, you got the tag, okay? So at Serena's, who now she is of Willa, basically. That's what Serena is, right? Or she's of Ryan. That's who she is, right, at this particular point. You know, she's learning more and more each day that she is a prisoner in that home. She thought she had a wellness appointment with the doctor. No, the doctor showed up there, okay? He took her to the top floor of the house. Ta-da! We got a whole birthing room set her for you and the baby child. Top freaking tier, right? The Wheelers had this plan just for you, right? And to add insult to injury, the Wheelers want us to go out. They try to hook us up, okay? And I mean, I was like, go girl, get the fuck out that damn house. Because he tell her, we can go to my crib, or we can stay here too. But my Martha make a mean salmon and a green salad, girl, okay? Now, like I said, I will go just to get the fuck out the house. Because that's just me. Because you're going to be locked in your room soon enough. Trust and believe that, right? Everybody trying to make you rest. Dr. Allen, he tell her, look, girl, I got a thing for you. He admired a fertile womb. Don't go out with him, Serena Joy. Okay, but speaking of fertile womb, child, they out here trying to harvest Esther's womb. No, she ain't dead. She's still in a fucking coma. And they going to steal this baby's womb. They gonna try to take her damn womb. Harvest it, my ass. Steal it. That's what that means. But you know, and I keep saying that all this shit that's happening in this particular episode is so deeply connected to black people here in America. We got black people, kids, boys coming up missing left and right. And then when their bodies are found, their fucking organs are missing. This is something that's going on right now here in America in 2022. Okay? Black people out here losing their fucking insides and shit. But that's what they finna do to Esther. They trying to steal her goddamn womb. But they start. Praise be, they didn't get it. I don't know if it's supposed to be praise be or fuck, you know. Because she's pregnant, child. Esther is pregnant. And we and Aunt Lydia know it's Putnam's. We already know, right? He did a little bit more to her than give her chocolate. He gave her some nut. Pardon my French. That ain't French, but pardon it. Okay, anywho, the doctor's like, you know, I didn't even know that she had been posted yet. That's because she hadn't. Okay? And my bad. She not in a coma no more. She is awake now. And they about to send her off to a little special hospital for the baby mamas, okay? And now Lydia's taking this big gulp, like, yeah, swallow that guilt, girl. Swallow that guilt, for that guilt consume your ass. Swallow it up, right? So, they got Esther handcuffed to the god doggone bed as if she going some damn work. The girl been in a freaking coma 3 fucking weeks, right? This heifer gon' come in there and ask her, did she bring this on herself? Okay. Was you a little hot in the pants when you was over at the Putnams and it gave him reason to believe that it was okay to bang you out? You know what I'm saying? And you know, cause she don't believe that raping is in his wheelhouse. That's not him. He's a man of God. Okay, not her words, mine. But Esther said I didn't do anything. He raped me. Okay. Lydia had this look on her face, disgust and shock. I'm like, Lydia, bitch, don't act shocked. When she said it was terrible, it's just terrible. terrible. I thought she was saying that it was terrible that Esther was lying on him. But she said, no, it's terrible that this has happened to you. And I am so sorry that it happened to you. Esther said, no, you're not. I love the fact that Esther kept her cool. She was so even toned. No, you're not. Because you was about to put me in a home with that bastard when he raped me on purpose. On a regular, okay? Talking about you sorry. You ain't sorry, you know? Say it again. Say it again, Esther. No, you're not. Aunt Lydia's like, what? She tried to console her, and Esther went spastic on her ass. I loved it. Loved every fucking minute of it. Don't you touch me. Don't fucking touch me. And she's like, no, you need rest, Esther. Calm down. You need rest. She said, no, bitch, what I need is for you and everybody else to not fucking touch me ever again. Baby, she looked like a goddamn exorcist in that bed. She was acting a monkey. And I was her forward. So Aunt Lydia goes right over to Commander Joey's like he raped that girl and Putnam need to be punished. Commander Joey say, yeah, that sounds about right, but what crime did he commit? He got her pregnant. She was moving in with him the next doggone day. No sin was committed. I was like, make me an excuse again. This is what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all tell me one more damn excuse again of why you think Commander Joey is a good guy. Because he ain't. He is not a good guy. He's not at all, right? Ali is like, he violated the blessed day. He violated her. He said technically, but you know what I'm saying? He got the results. He got results. She said, so you were here defending a rapist? You were here mocking God? One day, there will be justice. There will be. He told her she better watch herself. Watch yourself. You're forgetting your place. You're forgetting who you are, lady. Okay? See, Commander Joey, the only reason he is against Gilead is because he's a shit stirrer. That's the only reason, okay? By nature, he wants things to go his way. Okay? He's not against them because he thinks that they are doing something wrong, something vile there. He's only going against them because they're not doing everything the way that he wants them to do it. Anywho, Luke and June, they separately together, okay? Luke is in the cage flipping, you know, and June in her cage just letting whatever happens happen. No need to waste energy panicking, right? So she tell Luke to calm the fuck down, right? Luke like, I ain't panicking. I'm just thinking out loud. Pacing hips. Moira's gonna freak out when she learned that we ain't came back. Mayday ain't coming for us, are they? They not coming. You know, he need to figure out how to get them out of this damn cage. I will say one thing. That's one thing that June does not do, is take the time to think. Okay? She don't take the time to think things through. But at this particular moment, Luke is not thinking clearly either. Okay? Excuse me, child. He panicking in this particular moment. And he's just like, you know, I wish I was there when you went through this so I could help you out with this. She's like, you were there with me. You were there with me, Luke. Goodbye. Nick was there with you. Okay? He was not thinking of Luke. He was thinking of Nick. So, more of Serena Joy's Handmaid Tales is about to be shown, right? She's in there pruning flowers with Miss Wheeler. You know, June did it every once in a while. And now we know that Mrs. Wheeler's name is Alanis. She tell her about the good doctor's proposal. And it's not for her. I know I ain't about that life, right? I don't even think I want to get married again. Alanis say, you would not be a single parent. Okay. She says, I'm not. I'm a widow. She tell her again, you will have two parents for this child. Okay. And Serena realized, like, why is she talking to me like I'm a fucking kid? That's the look she's having on her face, right? So Serena tries to walk off the conversation. And Alanis tell her not today, say, you ain't going no damn word. It is too fucking cold out there, okay? Devils don't need to be out in the cold. Serena now is like, hold up. What's really going on here? So Alanis steps in front of her and says, you're not going out there. Absolutely not. Go to your room. With a straight face. Serena like, go to my room. Deja vu, ain't it, bitch? Deja vu, right? Serena went to that dusty ass room and cried hard, sitting there on the edge of the bed with the cross on the wall behind her. Very similar to the scene that June had. I think she was she pregnant at that time too? The same dark duskiness of the room, and it's her just crying, belly all full. Yeah, that was June. You are now walking in June's shoes, mama. I didn't mean to hit you, my bad. You now walking in June's shoes, right? So back at the cages, the dudes come up and take some type of imaging for her hand. In the process, she is telling them to contact Commander Joey and Commander Blaine. Why does she keep throwing these motherfuckers' names out? If these people are supposed to be helping you, why you keep throwing the names out like that? You don't even know if these motherfuckers are friend or foe. Okay? They toss her ass up against the cage. Tell her they taking her back to Gilead. And Luke is like, what? Going back to Gilead. Now June says, look here, Luke, do what you gotta do. Do what they say. But Luke tries to make a dash for it. They whoop his ass. Whoop his ass really bad. We get this whole police brutality scene. Like these people, like I said, these people are acting like the police. They're taking fingerprints. That's what the hand imaging thing was. They're taking photos, making them turn left and right. That's what the police does, right? So this is how this team of people are basic police. That's who they are. You know what I'm saying? We get this whole police brutality scene, them beating up Luke, and she's screaming in the background and he ain't did nothing, and then they put him in a chokehold. Similar to when the police killed Eric Gardner in 2014. Similar to when the police killed Elijah McClain in 2019. Similar to when the police killed Eric Bronstein, who nobody heard about. It's a 33-year-old Hispanic man in California in 2020. Just 2 years ago, there was an 18-minute video of his murder where 5 officers held him down as he screamed he could not breathe. But his death went unnoticed because of why? Because 2 months later, George Floyd was murdered by another cop, being pressing on his damn neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Followed by Manuel Ellis, another 33-year-old black man, just 3 months after George Floyd being murdered in the same way as the others. Okay, this was a very creative way for them to incorporate and highlight the police brutality against black and brown men into this storyline. Okay, like I said, she's back in the background screaming, he didn't do nothing wrong, he's not fighting back, he's not resisting, you're a fucking animal, you're a monster, what the fuck is wrong with you, why are you doing this to him, as he's slowly losing consciousness, right? You know, from being placed in the fucking chokehold has been banned. Of course, in this show, it don't matter if it's been banned or not, but still, this is the parallel that we're seeing right here, right? So they let him go before he took his last breath, right? And continued to beat his ass for a few more minutes until he spat up blood. And then June sits in her cage, raging at the men, you know. And after leaving, she sits near Luke, telling him, breathe. Just that one simple word, breathe. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, Commander Joey and Nick, they go to Putnam. You know, they bring the whole rape allegations to him, and he's like, yeah, you know, you gonna single-handedly populate the whole doggone community, ain't you, Putnam? Putnam was like, yes, let's toast it up. You know, they tossed it up, praise be. But, you know, Commander Joey always got a trick up his sleeve, because Putnam's act to him could have had serious political ramifications, is the way he put it. You know, and since he's trying to bench New Bethlehem, this is going to be the leverage that Commander Joey needs. You know, Putnam, who knew, who knew this going to be a blessing? Who knew I was going to get a baby out of this thing, right? I'm saying, I'm the man, you know what I'm saying? Joey says, you know, I thought that you would be a Jezebel's type of dude, not a quickie before the funeral type of man. And he says, well, I'm shocked that you think at all, you know what I'm saying? Especially about this matter, considering that you won't even produce. Probably can't even get it up. That's what he was implying. So anyway, Serena Joy, she got summoned into Ryan's office to learn that it's Ryan's people who snatched up June and Luke, right? Now, smart man will realize that Blaine and Lawrence are her connects in Gilead, so she's always throwing their names around like she did today. Okay, Ryan tells Serena Joy, look here, you ain't ever got to worry about them again. In my mind, I'm like, oh, we finally gonna see the last of June. Can we move on to another Handmaid's Tale? I know that's really sick of me, but that's exactly the way I'm feeling. But since it's so sick of me, I didn't want to say it to y'all. I didn't want to say it because I do want June's reckless ass to be the sharp object that punctures the tire and lets the air out of Gilead. I want June to be that person, right? And then I want somebody else to damage the rims. I do, okay? And then I want somebody else to completely total the vehicle, okay? Serena, she didn't look pleased to hear the news though. It's like she's feeling some type of stress to hear that they finally got June. Serena likes to play this little game back and forth with June. I think June likes to play it back and forth to her too. They like to one up each other, but they don't want to see each other really dead for real, even though they throw out them threats. So Serena didn't look proved. She looked frightened that Ezra is supposed to be the one to drive down there and take June out, right? And I was like, how did Ezra end up working for Wheeler? He was assigned as her security detail. So now he's like Wheeler's boy? And Wheeler is basically a slave catcher. He's the one that goes out and catch runaway slaves. Apparently, he's caught a lot of people in no man's land and sends their ass back to Gilead, you know? But he don't trust the Gilead is going to take care of June in the proper way. So, you know, he going to have to do it himself. Serena's like, oh, I got to go with him. I got to go with him. I need to see it happen. She done took everything away from me. I said, oh, no, Serena finna try to escape. You can't make me believe that she finna go down there just to go watch him execute June. She trying to get away. Okay. But he grants her permission to go, right? So now Luke, he awake. June finally blames herself for something. I'm sorry that I got you into this, right? And she's actually saying she's sorry about something that actually isn't her fault this time, or at least not 100% her fault. Partially because she should have followed her gut, you know, and when it was time to get out of there, and she didn't. But she's blaming herself for not telling him how bad the situation really is. Girl, it don't matter how bad it was. He probably could have stood in that cage and not did a damn thing and still had the same thing happen to him, okay? He's like, well, at least we get to say goodbye this time, you know what I'm saying? Because we dying, girl. When they take us back to Gilead, they going to execute us, right? And Jill was like, no, we don't give up hope. That's not what we do here. I never did. You never did. No, June, you actually did a few times, but, you know, you was trying to assimilate into the Gilead world. That's how you end up being Nick on your own because you had decided that this was your life now. You wasn't going nowhere, but go off. Go ahead and give your speech of hope. You know, get your Obama on, right? Si se puede, keep hope alive and all that too. So Luke and June, they heard it out into the little dusty air. As Serena gets into the car and can finally breathe again herself. She's like, whoo, child. You know, and I'm like, is this girl going into labor? Is she having premature pain or something like that? The Wheelers team has decided that Luke can go free. They say he's legal, so they just gonna dump his ass back at the border, okay? She put into a red van with a few other detainees. And I was like, I thought Ezra was supposed to go to no man's land to handle her. So where they taking her? Okay? We get this long ass stare into the camera, as we always do. You know, we from June, oh my God. Her lips, ugh. Like I said, we go back to Serena Joy, who's still breathing hard. I'm like, this bitch going on the label? What's happening? What's happening? I was like, oh, they taking her ass back to Gilead too, for real? Is that what's really going on? Well, in Gilead, Putnam is down there reveling in his little rapist acts. That's what he doing. And everybody in town got a sour eye on him. And Naomi's like, where everybody looking at us for? What the fuck did you do, right? He said, something you gonna thank me for later. Okay. So right then, the Guardians came and swooped him up. Okay. At the behest of the High Council that Nick nor Joy is a part of, but the High Council which Putnam sits on. They apparently had a meeting the night before, right? And they convicted him of apostasy. And they said it was called sins of the flesh. That is not what apostasy is. Apostasy is the abandonment or the or the renunciation, where they renounce it, of a religious or political belief. That's what apostasy is. Something that Aunt Lydia was basically accusing Commander Joey of. Okay? That's what apostasy is. It's not sins of the flesh. But I guess by having sins of the flesh, he's committing apostasy. He's abandoning his political beliefs. And Putnam was like, I didn't abandon shit. She was my property. She's mine. We got a baby on the way. Well, they think otherwise. They executed his ass right on the spot. Had Nick do it. Take his gun out, bang, boom. Had blood splatter all in Nick's face. The blood is on your hands, son. It's on your hands. Nick comes home to Rose, face clean, still got on the same damn dirty ass clothes with the blood splattered on. And Rose is like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Who the man you becoming. I don't know what this makes you. What type of person are you at this particular time? Say, Nick is like, I'm making the world a better place for our child. I was like, wait a minute. Child. I remember him telling her that, you know, he's married to Rose. I don't remember him saying they was having a baby. I might have forgot. But they had a child on the way, right? So Rose can get pregnant. And Rose said, really? A lie don't care who tell it. A lie don't care who tell it. Okay? You ain't doing this for our child. Are you? You're like, of course. Yes, that's what I'm doing it for. And they sit there and stare at each other. So Aunt Lydia and the handmaids, they get to watch Putnam get strung up on the wall. Okay? Justice is served, says Aunt Lydia. She gave her a little speech about do good unto God and God would do good unto you and stuff like that. But Putnam was an evil man. And he got what he deserved. And Janine is like, shit, I wish I could have watched. Okay. I literally turned and looked at her like, did you just say that out loud? Okay. So Ezra meet this bus. Apparently, they didn't even know Ezra was coming. But, you know, they got the approval from Wheeler. You know, he got June off the bus. And June don't remember him. Because she's like, who are you? Who are you? He was the guy that was with Serena Joy, girl. And when the bus pulled off, there Serena Joy stood. June was like, are you serious? Girl, are you for real? Serena, girl, really? Okay. Serena tell Ezra to cut her bindings because she want to see her down on her knees praying. And I was like, June about to get away. June is about to get away, right? Serena seemed to be in labor. And I was like, is she going to go into full labor and Ezra going to tend her? And that's going to really make June get the fuck away, right? But then Serena says, Ezra, give me the gun. I said, oh, no. They both about to get away. She said, give me the gun, let me do it. I say, Ezra, don't be stupid. She about to shoot you. She about to shoot you. I know this now, okay? She is about to shoot Ezra down. She gonna kill you, boy, right? She need June to help her escape. Because she in fucking labor. I'm telling you, she's in labor, right? But he gave Serena the gun, put his head down, walked back. And I was like, Ezra, you stupid. Ezra, you stupid, okay? And I was right. Serena turned the gun on him as June was down there doing her little prayer, saying, save my babies, make a better life for my babies, okay? And to me, it'd be a better place. It could be I forgot the rest of the words. Damn. To be a better whatever. Anywho, she turned the gun. She shot Ezra in the chest. He had a vest on though, caught that bullet. So Ezra didn't die. You get shot in the chest with a bullet, even though you get caught in the vest, you're going to feel that shit for a minute. It's going to sting. It's going to knock you off your feet for a minute. But he ain't die, right? He may even have a little bruise left over there and stuff like that. But he could have got back up. By the time that her and June was able to run and get into the car, Ezra could have got back up, but he laid there on the floor, on the ground, you know, flailing around, right? She made June get the car and drive the fuck away. And they drove off. As Serena breathed. She still got the gun to June's head though. She still had the gun to June's head. That's the end of episode 6. That is episode 5, Fairy Tale, combined with episode 6 together. Like I said, I don't know when I'm gonna give y'all the next 2 episodes, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.